Hi, and welcome back to Creative AI. I am PixelPia. In my last video, I asked Elias Nocturne, one of my voices created with Voicecraft, to create 3 prompts for Midjourney. All of them should be around a lighthouse, but not just as 3 variations. I asked him to give us a story arc: the keeper, the storm, and the aftermath. Today, we will bring those prompts into Midjourney and create our images. I will then go back to ChatGPT and Elias Nocturne and present him with the 3 images and have him write a short story. So with that said, let's move right over to my computer and start in Midjourney. So here we are in my Midjourney. I have already pasted in the first prompt created by Elias, and it says, "A solitary lighthouse keeper stands upon jagged black rocks, lantern in hand, staring into the dusk. His oilskin coat glistens with salt spray, his face weathered by years of solitude and vigilance. Behind him the towering lighthouse rises like a pale centennial against a bruised sky, its beam slicing through the encroaching night. The sea churns below, restless yet not furious. The mood is heavy with foreboding, as if time itself holds its breath, painted in Gothic realism, with muted grays, deep shadows, and a single golden light illuminating his figure. Textures of stone, sea, and skin rendered with stark detail, and aspects ratio 3:2. And before we send that, we're gonna turn off all personalization and let Midjourney do its thing here. So let's see. So here we have the 4 images. I think this is actually the best one because here we can see the keeper. Well, we see him in all images, but not as close. So I think I will choose this one. But now let's send prompt 2 by Elias. The lighthouse is battered by a furious tempest. Waves the sides of mountains colliding with its foundations. Spray exploding into the night. Lightning claws across the sky, illuminating a scene of chaos. The tower bending under the onslaught, windows shattering, the keeper's silhouette glimpsed in the beam of lightning, clinging to survival. The world is swallowed by rain and darkness, streaks of silver slicing through the obsidian sea, rendered in surreal expressionism, with exaggerated swirling forms, colors of cobalt, electric white, and violent violet, twisting the scene into a nightmare of motion and fury, and the same aspects ratio. Okay, this first one is a totally different style. This is a totally different style as well, but I think either the last one here or the third one would fit better with our story. They all left out the keeper from the images. I don't see him anywhere, but I think I will go with the last one of this as well. Okay, our last prompt. The storm has passed, leaving the lighthouse scarred but standing. The rocks are slick with rain, the sea now calm and glass-like, reflecting a pale sunrise. Broken timbers and seaweed lie scattered, remnants of destruction. The keeper walks barefoot across the shoreline, coat torn, face illuminated by the first fragile light of dawn. The mood is solemn yet strangely beautiful, as if ruin has revealed a new clarity, illustrated in romantic impressionism with soft diffuse brushstrokes, warm pastel skies against darkened earth tones, textures of light shimmering on wet stone and calm water. So here we have these images. Here we have, you can see, the man himself, but not very closely. He's here in the second one too. I don't see him at all in this one or in this. I believe out of these, I think maybe this is the more expressive one. So I'm gonna download the fourth image here, the fourth image here for the second prompt, and the second image for this prompt. And when that is done, I will see you again in ChatGPT. So here we are back in ChatGPT. I have uploaded the 3 images and I wrote, here are the 3 images created from Elias Nocturne's prompts. I now want him to write a short story using these images as the arc for the story. And let's see what he creates. Okay, let's see. First we have the keeper. He had stood there for decades, a shadow against the sea, the last tether between men and the ruin. The keeper's lantern glowed faint in the mist, a human echo to the lighthouse eye of fire. His world was a narrow strip of stone, a tower, and the unbroken horizon. Yet, in that stillness, a question lingered. How much longer could vigilance hold back the inevitable? Then we have part 2, the storm. It came without mercy. The ocean rose as if it had remembered its ancient right to devour the shore. Lightning carved veins across the black sky, each strike splitting the world into jagged fragments of brilliance and terror. The tower swayed, but did not break, its beam slicing through the tempest, and the keeper, clutching his lantern against the gale, felt himself both smaller than he had ever been and more necessary than ever. If he faltered, the light would falter too. And then we have the aftermath. Morning came soft, as though the storm had never been. The sea lay still, a mirror of bruised colors. Around the lighthouse lay the wreckage of the night, splintered timbers, uprooted stone, and silence heavy with memory. The keeper walked barefoot on the wet sand, his coat torn, his body aching, but his eyes lifted to the horizon, where the sun bled gold through the ash-colored sky. The tower stood scarred but alive, its light unbroken. In its reflection, he saw not only what had been endured, but the quiet promise that tomorrow too would be kept. What's powerful here is how a crafted voice can stretch across medium. Elias didn't just describe a lighthouse. He created prompts that became images, and now he has written them back into a narrative form. That's a cycle of creation guided by one single voice. If you want to try this cycle yourself and develop your own crafted voices, you can buy my ebook and workbook at pixelpia.gumroad.com. And if you are just interested in exploring more about Voicecraft, you can go to my website voicecraft.pixelpia.com, where I also offer a free membership that gives you access to the forum for discussions and the members only blog posts. And if you buy my book, you also get access in your membership to download all the material I have created up to now and all future material. In my next video we will pass this challenge over to a different voice created with Voicecraft. But this is all for today, so I hope to see you next time. And as always, stay curious. Bye!